Hello everyone, I welcome you all to a CLE Degree College Physics classes. So in today's video, we will see your BSc 4th semester, a third chapter, that is water polarization. Okay, in today's session, we will discuss a physics chapter, that is the polarization. This is for your BSc 4th semester, this is a third one chapter. Okay, one by one, we will see what contents are there, theory as well as the derivation. So let's begin with the definition of the polarization. So here they given the three definition. So first here, see the phenomenon by which the vibration of a wave in a beam are restricted to a particular plane is called a polarization. So here, first here, it is a one phenomenon in which vibration of waves are taking place. Okay, first here the vibration of waves are taking place in a beam are restricted, and that can be restricted in a beam to a particular plane. So that vibration of a wave can be restricted to a beam in a particular plane. So we can call this as a water polarization. So or see, so here the light waves are coming. So that light waves are in all plane. Consider like this, that light can be splitting in all direction. So what we are doing here, we are restricting that light waves in a particular plane. So means we are restricting that light waves in a particular plane. So such a phenomenon we can call this as a water polarization. Or else see here. Next, one more definition they given. The polarization is the phenomenon of producing a plane polarized light from unpolarized light. So here it is, another definition is there, that is, it is a phenomenon of producing a plane polarized light from the unpolarized light. Next here, the phenomenon of polarization can be understood by the transverse nature of light. Already we got the two definitions. So third one they given that the phenomenon of the polarization can be understood that the transverse nature of light. Means whatever the light we are using for the polarization, that light will be what? A transverse in nature. So what is the transverse nature of light? Means the light, consider one light is there which having the water. So listen here. Here light is propagating in this direction. Okay. So this light is propagating in this direction. So transverse nature of light means whatever the light or waves are propagating, that is electromagnetic wave. Means which having the electric field as well as the water magnetic field. So such a wave we can call this as a electromagnetic wave. Transverse nature means whatever the wave is propagating which is right angles to the direction of a propagation. So right angles to the direction of propagation means the electric field and the magnetic field both are perpendicular or the right angles to each other. So such a wave we can call this as what? A transverse wave. So our polarization, whatever the light wave we are using, that is transverse nature of light. Okay, understood? So here the definition of the polarization. So first definition is what? It is what? A phenomenon by which the vibration of waves are taking place in a beam and restricted to a particular plane. Or else we are getting the polarization phenomenon by the what? Producing a plane polarized light from the unpolarized light. And the next one is what? It is a phenomenon by the producing or the understood by the transverse nature of a light. So here next we'll see what is the unpolarized light and the plane polarized light. After that we'll see how the polarization in that we are using the light which is in a transverse nature. Okay, one by one we will see. So see, first we'll see here unpolarized light. So what is the unpolarized light means? In an ordinary beam of light from the source, the vibration of the wave occur normal to the direction of propagation in all possible plane. So such a beam of light is called unpolarized light. So here we are applying a light. Okay. So whatever the light coming out of from the source, that light will occur in all direction. Okay, not in only single direction, that can be all direction. So here vibration of waves occur normal to the direction of propagation in all possible planes. So such type of light we can call this as what? A plane polarized light. Understood? So in that the source, whatever the light is coming, that can be what? Propagate in all possible plane. So here propagation in all possible plane, such a beam of light we can call this as a unpolarized light. So next here plane polarized light. Understood? Unpolarized light. We'll see next plane polarized light. So in plane polarized light means here, if a beam of light is produced in which vibrations are confined to only one plane, so then it's called plane polarized light. So like that, again we are taking this example. So this is our source and light is coming out of from the source. Okay, so this is the what? Wave is propagating. So here the propagation of wave only in a single plane or only in a one plane. So here a beam of light is produced in which vibration are confined to only one plane. In unpolarized light means all direction or the all possible planes, but in plane polarized light only one plane the vibration will occur. So such a light we can call this as a plane polarized light. Understood? The unpolarized light and the plane polarized light. Next, so here next we'll move to the experiment to demonstrate the transverse nature of light. So here we are doing one experiment by the showing that our light we are using for the polarization, that is what? A transverse in nature. So see here, for that consider two tourmaline crystal A and B, cut the parallel to their crystallographic axis. So we have to concentrate on this diagram. So here we are considering these two tourmaline crystal A as well as a B. Next, cut parallel to their crystallographic axis. We are making these two crystals by the cutting its crystallographic axis and making both the crystal parallel. So see here. Okay. So we are taking here two tourmaline crystal and cutting their parallel crystallographic axis to the parallel, and we are keeping in like this. Next here. Light from a monochromatic source S is allowed to fall normally on a crystal A. So here our source is there. From the source what happened? Light is falling on the first tourmaline crystal. So which type of light we are using? We are using here a monochromatic light. Monochromatic light means which having a single color, single frequency as well as the single wavelength. Okay. So we are incidenting a monochromatic light on a crystal A. Next what happened? See here, only a part of light is transmitted through A. Next what happened? Certain light is transmitting, means passing from the crystal A. So only a part of this light is transmitted through A. On rotating the crystal A about the incident beam and axis, there is no change in intensity. So we are keeping. So up to this we are studying or explaining now. So see here, first we are taking one tourmaline crystal and applying the monochromatic source. Next what happened? Light will be transmitted. If suppose this crystal we are rotating, so we are rotating this crystal, what happened? There is a no change in intensity. Okay, intensity remaining as it is. this is the explanation of first para. Understood? We are taking here two turnline crystal and cutting its parallel crystallographic axis to making both the crystal parallel. So next we are passing one monochromatic source on a crystal A. What happened? The light will be transmitted by the rotating a crystal A. There will be no change in the intensity. We'll see the next. Now the crystal B placed such that its axes are parallel to that of A. Next what we are doing means we are taking another crystal B and placing at a certain distance. Okay. So how we are placing means both A and B are what? Parallel. Like that we are placing a crystal B. So next here, the light is transmitted through A is almost completely transmitted through B and no change is observed in the light coming out of B. After that what happened? Again by the source light is passing through the turnline crystal A. Next again what happened? Same. We are getting a, so here difference. This is unpolarized light. This is plane polarized light. Okay. So by the passing the monochromatic source, yes, A, B is also placing, both are the parallel. What happened? After passing the B, again we are getting the water plane polarized light. So we can write there is no change is observed the light coming out of B. So whatever the light coming out of A, that is the same as the whatever the light coming out of B. Okay. We'll move to the next. See here. If the crystal A and B are rotated simultaneously so that their axes are always parallel to each other, no change in observed in the intensity coming out of B. Next what happened? So here, if we are keeping both the parallel and rotating both the crystal at the same time, that time there is no change in intensity. Why? Because whatever the rays coming out of A are same as the rays coming out of the B. When both are the parallel and rotating with the same time. So next here, if the crystal A is kept fixed and the crystal B is gradually rotated. Next what we are doing? We are taking a crystal A as keeping as a fixed. Okay. Next what we are doing? We are taking another crystal B and we are rotating this crystal B. Okay. Next here, gradually rotated in its own plane. So the intensity of the light emerging out of B decreases and become 0. So here see, yes, A is fixed and after the light passing the A, which type of light we are getting? Plane polarized or the transmitted, which having the no change in intensity. Next here, the B is rotating. By the rotating the B, what happened? Whatever the light coming out of the B, that is emerging. Emerging means that is decreasing in intensity and become the 0. When axis of B is perpendicular to that of A. So already we got when we are keeping A is fixed and B is rotating, that time the intensity will be decreasing and become 0. But when A is kept fixed and B is what? Perpendicular to the direction of propagation, at that time what happened? So here, if B is further rotated, so here, if B is perpendicular to that of A, at that time further B is rotated, the intensity increases and become maximum when A and B are again parallel. So when B is perpendicular, at that time what happened? Intensity will be increases. How the intensity is increases? because when it is perpendicular and it is fixed, both are act like a parallel waves. Okay, sorry, parallel crystal. So by the both are parallel, that time what happened? Again we are getting the same light and intensity will be maximum. So hence we can prove this, our polarization light is transverse in nature. We are keeping A as a fixed and B is at a perpendicular. By the rotation we are getting same, both are parallel, and we are getting the maximum intensity or the no change in intensity. So we can conclude this, the variation of the intensity of the emergent light show that light waves are transverse in nature. So we are concluding our light waves are in transverse in nature. So if there were longitudinal, no change in intensity of the emergent light would be observed. Longitudinal wave means that is the direction of a propagation, same as it is. Suppose we are taking here longitudinal means there is a no change in intensity of the emergent light would be observed. So we conclude that here our polarization light is transverse in nature. So we'll move to the next, that is a plane of vibration. So see here, in a plane polarized light, already we know that this type of light is, we can call this as a plane polarized light. So in a plane polarized light, the plane containing the direction of propagation of a light is called the plane of vibration. Okay, so see here, they given this is a plane of vibration. So here one tourmaline crystal is there, we are incidenting a ordinary light. What we are getting? Here we are getting the plane polarized light. So whatever in a plane the vibration will occur, we can call this as a plane of vibration. Or else they given the definition, plane polarized light, the plane containing the direction of propagation of light is called the plane of vibration. Or see here, thus that plane of vibration is the plane in which vibration occurs. Whatever here one plane is there, in that plane vibration will occur means we can call this as a plane of vibration. Okay, so this will see the plane of vibration. Next we'll see the last concept of today's video, that is a plane of polarization. So see here, what is the plane of polarization means? Plane which is perpendicular to the main thing, it is perpendicular to the what? Plane of vibration and contain the direction of propagation. So plane of polarized or the plane of polarization. See here, this is a plane of polarized light and this is a plane of polarization. So this is in a perpendicular direction with respect to the propagation. So plane which is perpendicular to the plane of vibration and contain the direction of the propagation, we can call this as a plane of polarization. So in that no vibration occur in the plane of polarization. In a plane of polarization there is absence of what? Vibration. Okay, so this is what? A plane of polarization. Okay, we'll complete today's class or the today's video. Okay, thank you.